Hello guys and welcome back to my stories. Today I'm gonna be telling you a good story and it is The Prince New Clothes. So let's get started. Once upon a time there lived a prince who loved nothing but clothes. So he decided to make governments make many clothes for him. And he liked it. Each day he got more than 10 suits and many shirts and pants. His cabinet was full of clothes, but one day two guys came to him and said, "Do you want clothes? We can bring you the best clothes. That can be invisible clothes, like visible clothes, the best, everything cartoon, like a TV in the shirt and everything." So the prince was delighted and he said, "Okay, why don't you make for me a good your own style cloth? Like choose one of your own style and give it to me." So then these two guys had chemicals from everywhere and nobody was allowed to see what they were doing to make clothes because their clothes weren't any clothes. They were like different, their chemicals. So they said, let's trick this prince and let's make a trap for him. So they started working on their invisible clothes. And the prince was always delighted, like, am I going to get this day? And always. So when they came to him back, they said to him, "Sorry, but this suit is invisible. We couldn't allow you to wear it by yourself. We must help you wear it." Then they removed his shirt and put on him the new shirt, the new invisible shirt, and they allowed him to wear his pant by himself. Then they said to him, "Wow, you look great and handsome," but in the real there was nothing but his body because they were invisible. So they said to him, "Why don't you just go out in front of all the people and show them your new clothes?" But for him, he said, "Okay, why not? Let me try." And then he started going out and showing to the people what he got. But all the people didn't want to look at it. The prince said, "What? What's the problem?" Then all the people said, "Look at yourself. I can see your back and many stuff." Then the two guys, the prince got so angry of them. But the two guys escaped before he knew that it was their fault. Then, when he came back, he said to his guards, "Bring me their number, bring me their number anyway." Then, when they brought their number, he talked to them. Then they said, "Nice trap, huh? Huh, prince?" And then he said to them, "Just let me find where are you and I'll put you in jail, trust me." Then the prince now didn't like clothes like before, so he brought his sword and his horse and started traveling from place to place looking for them. But for them, their main home was in the desert because I don't know how did they do it, but they built a house which can work for electricity, internet, free of water always. Then they when he found a small hut that can do magic powers, he went in and he found the two guys there, but they were sleeping. So he said, "Oh, now I can kidnap them. I can kidnap them easily." When he came to catch one of the guy's hand, he realized that they were only camera photographs and they weren't real. And the real guys trapped him one more time. There was a grenade there and it had only like 1 minute before explosion and he was trapped inside. So the prince was very ready. He had an armor in his body that if he switched it on, not a single damage will kill him. Only like 1,000 grenades can affect. Then he put it on, but they said like, maybe one grenade won't help, but maybe with an RPG it can help. So The two guys carried the RPG together because it was so heavy, and the grenade was like 3, 2, 1, and when it blew, in the same time, they just fired the RPG. But for the guy, he couldn't handle it. For the prince, he can handle it. He just took care of it and he came out. When he saw the two guys, he captured their done and brought him to his kingdom and said, "Why did you do it? What did I ever do wrong for you?" Then the guy said, "We didn't want you to be our prince, or to be our next king. You're so selfish and stupid. All you want is clothes." So after these words, the prince said, "Let them leave." So they left and they left the country. But for the prince, the words like made him so angry that he told them like, "Stop making me new clothes. I got millions of clothes in my cabinet and in my house. I'm like having a swimming pool of clothes." So then, from that very day, he didn't even like to wear many clothes, only two kinds or three. And then he lived happily soon after, but if he usually saw a new clothes, he usually said no. And I hope you enjoyed, guys, and that's it for tonight. I'm gonna complete one more tomorrow. See ya.